I will pour out on my people a spirit of kindness and prayer. As we honor the Blessed Sacrament, those two elements are central. The goodness and love in the heart and the authenticity of its relationship. We cannot adore if we are not in peace. We cannot love if we are not loving on every level. In the Sermon on the Mount, the Lord gives a clear warning about that. And on this day in which throughout the Church, Blessed Sacrament is being raised on high in honour and glory, we need to be aware that it begins on that level. For no worship can be received by God and His angels if it is not on the level of the heart, and the rest is its expression. It is out of sync to place everything on the outside and to maximize with all kinds of distraction the external and bypass the essence, which is the worship offered on the level of the will. For our worship starts from that. If we worship, we hand over the rights to the one that we are worshipping, and that means absence of mortal sin. Cardinal de Medina, who had been head of the Congregation for Divine Worship, insisted that worship does not happen unless the soul is in a state of grace, for the essence of the same is missing. And so it is that when we honour the Blessed Sacrament, we on this day make reparation for the vast amount of worship in the form of Holy Communion, which is done in darkness, where the Lord is not comforted, consoled when He comes, but wounded. We know what happened in Donegal some time ago here in Ireland, when the host jumped out of the hand of an unworthy communicant. The Lord there protected Himself. The host was suspended in the air before returning to the altar area, to the ciborium in the priest's hand. When it comes to worship, we need to ask ourselves, are we also obeying the one that we are worshipping in the way that we worship on the exterior level? For the Lord had a project. He set some apart for total consecration unto Him on every level, and to them, solis presbyteris, to the priests alone, He gave the right to touch and to hand on. And so when in the interests of participation, therefore a human notion quite often, we forget that, we are again not actually worshipping. For worship is to ask, Lord, what wilt Thou have me to do? And also in the realm of the whole liturgy, if it is shoddy, we need to ask, is the Lord being worshipped? Or in the interests of a badly understood participation, is the word of God not being heard? Is the psalm not being honoured as a hymn? Is the Lord being shortchanged or truly given the maximum of which we are capable? St. John Henry Newman knew the importance of worship. He learned himself to play the organ, and he was keen on guiding even the music ministry in the oratory. He wanted only the best, as did St. Philip Neri himself, who befriended Palestrina and others. Why are we in Ireland satisfied with a Sunday Mass which goes on for not much more than 30 minutes quite often? For time also is a measure of true worship. Gratuitous wastage of time, as that lady wasted the precious ointment on the Lord's feet, and it was accepted. But as the formality of the Pharisaic approach was not. He asked that the interior of the cup and the platter be cleansed, and we must do the same. Corpus natum de Maria Virgine, passum immolatum in cruce prominum, cuius status perforatum Luxita quae sanguinum, est nobis pregustatum, mortis in examinim. O Iesus, O Iesus,